What's going on, peoples? Welcome back to the fourth dimension. It's Ken Jackson here. Ooh, ooh, man, you taste that? Tastes like heat. Brain cells frying. It's so doggone hot out here. This is why I got on this thin, small white t-shirt and these small shorts. I'm trying to stay cool. But look, hey man, I hope y'all doing okay today. Let me know how you doing in the comments or my email. Whether you doing good in your life or whether things are going bad, hit me up, man. Let me congratulate you or let me help you out, man. Hey, today we got this 2021. It says it's 2021, might be a 2022. I'm a little confused on it, thanks to Jeep, Mopar, whoever you want to blame. But we're gonna hop into the good, the bad, the ugly, the unnecessary, whatever y'all need. Hit me up. I'm gonna let y'all know what's going on with this Jeep Grand Cherokee. Let's get right into it. What's up, man? Fourth dimension back in the business, you know. First things first, key fob. This is shared across the Grand Cherokee. Let me get away from the engine. This mug loud. I see what they was talking about. I read reviews about this already, and they was talking about how loud the engine is. For some reason, the Grand Cherokee and the Wagoneer is like that. Like the fans are just extra loud. But this is shared across the Grand Cherokee and the Wagoneer. We're gonna talk about styling. First off, we got the dual exhaust tips. Cool. This is the limited 4x4. This plain black color. We got some 18-inch rims wrapped around 265. This is the redesign. How do we feel about this? I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not a fan of the back of it. I prefer the previous gen. I prefer the back of that one. I kind of like this though, I'm not gonna lie. I like that, yeah. Grand Cherokee badge, excuse me. We got chrome only at the top. That's interesting. I like that. I'm not gonna lie, I like that. I like how this is. We got the chrome going around the mirror, then all around the window trim and up there. So it's minimal chrome. It looks pretty good. Let's get to the front where it's very loud. We have your radar, cruise control, or adaptive cruise control, whichever one you want to call it. I'm gonna give it a tie. We got the LED headlights and the fog lights down there. I'm gonna give it a tie, man. The previous generation and the current gen, the front end looks good to me. I'm not really a fan of Jeeps, but the front end definitely looks good to me, you know? Let's pop the hatch open. This does come with a third row. These Grand Cherokees and the Wagoneer gets very, very pricey. You have to be careful with what you're optioning yourself with, especially with Jeep, especially with what's going on nowadays. I don't know if you've seen the prices of some things are dropping and some things aren't moving, but most things are just way over inflated, especially for what they used to be and what they currently are. Let me pull out my handy dandy notepad. Let's give you guys some specs. You know, you do have some storage under here. It's very small, just like the Durango. It's pretty small. You got your jack right there hidden. We do have Alpines though, unlike the Durango. We do have an Alpine system, but this is the limited trim, so you get a button that you can press. Let that down. Once again, pull these handles, push it forward. Use the tether, whatever you want to call it, rope tether. We got some more things that you can lock down stuff with. We have a cigarette lighter port back here. And then, if you want to close it, you got some lights back here as well. If you want to close it, you can grab the handle, or you can press the button. We do have AC vents back here for the third row seats. I'm only pointing it out like this because I do not plan on climbing back there. Maybe I should. Other than that, what you're getting for your cargo volume, cubic feet, is about 38 to 37 cubic feet with the seats folded up, and then 70, well, to be honest with you, With these seats folded down, it's actually 37. Then you want to fold the second row. That's where you get that 70 from. But this is obviously very small, around the 16, 18. You press that button to close it. Let's come to the back seats, where you have captain's chairs, and then you have the third row. Now, let me climb back here. Oh, I did that the hard way. Climb back here. We got your AC vents back here, right? Little Easter eggs. You got the Jeeps. Okay, there's two different things. We have, is that the Compass? Maybe that's the Grand Cherokee. Maybe that's the Wagoneer. But then we have the Wrangler on this side. USB-C, USB-A for both sides, and then you got your cup holders, and obviously headroom is great. You got some lights right here, and we got the camera. Little camera right here to watch the people in the back. Move on to the captain's. Oh, you also have a little storage cubby right here on both sides. Leg room. And the seat is pulled back, so it's very uncomfortable. This seat is pulled back, so it's pretty uncomfortable for me, obviously. But if you're 6'4", obviously you're gonna be in the second row. Move this bag out of the way. Close the door. Another AC vent. We got your Alpine speakers back here. You got one back there. You got some right here. Nice sunroof, nice and long. It doesn't go all the way back, but then again, it doesn't need to, because it's already long enough. More lights right here. I like how this is nice and compact. It's not like overly too long, overly wide. You know, tri-zone climate. We love it. We love it. On temperature, on temperature, on temperature. Yes, sir. We have two USB-Cs, two USB-As, cup holders, another storage. We got the nets on the back of the seats. AC vents, heated seats back here, and the back windows are not one touch up and down, only the front two. Nice pathway, and a little armrest. I like this. I like having that little armrest right there. That means a lot to me. You don't understand how much that means. That means a lot to me. Little armrest right here, and you can recline the seats. But hopefully it's somebody in the little child seat, in the baby seat back there. You're not being a bully to them, you know. So you can recline the seats pretty far back. You can also move it front to back. So really, you can move it all the way forward. If the person, okay, you got to be a short person up there. For me, at least, I can recline it back. If we having a party up in here, you know, I would obviously be up here in one of these front seats. The middle row, I can fit back here. If I were to scoop the seat all the way forward and then recline it back, somebody might be able to sit back there. If it was a party full of adults, you know, maybe. But y'all get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Let's put this back how it was. These AC vents, man, I like when they're like this. I like when it's right here and it's right here. You know what I can do? I can aim this up and I can aim this down at my legs, man. Be nice and cool. Anyway, the design. This fake wood grain, whatever you want to call it, is wrapped around the whole top portion of the door handles. It does not extend back there, which is very understandable. Remember what I said. There was a Volkswagen that had like one little piece of wood grain. There was also a Rogue that did it. There was one little piece, and it was like, why did you even, what was the point? This is more acceptable all around the car. Soft touch up here. To be honest with you, the seats and just sitting here is pretty comfortable. There's nothing, it's not bad, especially in the driver's seat. It is pretty comfortable. It's not a comfortable riding vehicle, but the seats in the interior is pretty comfortable. The vehicle itself doesn't ride good. It doesn't ride like luxurious, and it shouldn't. It's a Jeep, and it's not even a Wagoneer. But even a Wagoneer doesn't even ride together. Okay, I'm yapping. Let me move on. So we talked about your cubic feet. Let's talk about what's under the hood. Here lies the 3.8 liter V6. Once again, hopefully they have built a better V6 than what they have in the past. This one is paired to an 8-speed automatic. We have 293 horsepower, 257 pound-feet of torque. It does not look pretty under here. You got your dipsticks, obviously visible, but there's been, you got the washer fluid, basic maintenance on this. And there's been a huge gripe about that, you know, especially with Ram, with what they're doing. It's like you're taking away the right to repair, right? When you do things, oh, the transmission has to be serviced at the dealer, blah 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 blah, whatever, man. Like, I hate that there's very little things to do in there, things for you to fix yourself. As you saw, the headlights, the turn signals, there's something blocking that. Let's get back to this. Let's stop ranting. Look, nice speaker setup, right? I love the Alpines. I love how they sound. But for some reason, they always seem like they're restricted. Whenever I get into a Dodge or a Chrysler or a Jeep and it has Alpines, yes, it's nice and bassy, sounds pretty good, but they always sound like they're limited. Kind of like when you rev it, right? It doesn't redline. Okay, I get that. But if you turn this all the way up with the Alpines or with the standard stereo, it sounds like it's not giving it its all, versus being in even just a Camry or an Altima or something. It always sounds limited. So this is rear wheel drive. We get 19 in the city, 26 on the highway. This thing can tow up to 6,000 pounds, and it weighs about 4,000 something pounds. Those are the basic specs for the vehicle. You do have the option to get a hybrid version or an electric hybrid version, plug-in hybrid. And that one, it does cost more than is limited. Not only that, this isn't the all-wheel drive version. That's going to cost you extra. This is just a rear-wheel drive limited. This is the middle child, literally. On to what we're looking at for the design. As I stated, this is nice that it wraps all around the car or SUV. We have one touch up and down for the driver and passenger, but not the rear seats. You've got your mirror controls, you've got storage, cup holder, electronic parking brake, hood release, headlight controls, the dimmer switches. We got your turn signals, your wipers. We have heated seats for the driver and passenger. We have adaptive cruise control, regular cruise control, obviously. Then we have the same menu that's being shared across the Grand Cherokee and the Wagoneer that shows everything: your tire pressure, MPG, what you're listening to, your warning messages, drive mode selector, what drive mode you're currently in, things of that nature. We do have your more controls up here: auto start stop, lane keep management or lane keep assist, traction control, hazard buttons, park assist, or park sense is what they would call it. We have more storage right here, gloss black. I do not like that, as you can hear, it's making a squeaky sound. More storage, Uconnect, wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, vehicle options. Let's go through this real quick. We can fold the third row, do have off-road options, safety, what you expect from Uconnect, what you've already been seeing, right? I launch the off-road pages just in case you guys are, okay. So showing me, hopefully, what is a live feed of vehicle dynamics. Turning the wheel. Very good, very good. Change a few modes. I like that graphic. I like that graphic. We got your pitch and roll, your accessories, all the basics that you need. This is an auto. We got sand and mud. We have sport. Then we have snow. No, this is sand and mud, excuse me. Sand and mud, snow, auto, sport. We have your AC controls. We got your heated seats, heated steering wheel, radio controls, AC controls. Nothing else is right here except the gear select and the drive mode selector. 2-tier storage. Not as deep as I would think that it would be, but these are dampened, and then over here is just straight plastic. We have the controls for the sunroof, the hatch release, the lights, your SOS, home link for your garage, and then we get some nice LED lights for the mirrors. Huge. I love this. I love this. I use mine sometimes, but I don't use it too often, right? So you got 2 USB-C ports down here, aux. I love that that's still there. And then you got USB-A and a cigarette lighter port adapter. Then you have electronic seat controls down here. Lumbar support as well. For the passenger, you have the same thing, and that is good. Electronic seat controls and lumbar. Get down here, there's nothing special. No Grand Cherokee logos, no ambient lighting, no nothing like that, right? As I stated, this engine is pretty loud. You're not getting much good gas mileage, really. It is a Jeep that hasn't been worked on for years. Let me stop talking mess. We're gonna hop into this drive, y'all. I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, let's get on to this drive. I hope this is a better view. I switched the camera angles and stuff like that. Just pointed a little bit more downward, but should be good. Obviously, I'm the only one that needs to see the road. Anyway, I'm doing too much talking. So we're gonna put it in auto. Nice little horn toot. First things first, what I forgot to do with the Durango is check out this U-turn. That is a wide turn. But it doesn't really count because there's not like let's try this right here. Let's try it right here. We gotta check out the turning radius of this 3-row SUV. You make a turn right here, make a U-turn. Okay, that's pretty decent. I can still get into this parking spot without having to adjust. That is pretty decent. That's pretty decent. Now, okay, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, this camera is top heavy. It is top heavy. It needs to. Let me adjust this. We need some balance here. Can I get a little bit more balance? I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay. So one of the complaints is not necessarily road noise, but engine noise. This is not the 5.7. This is the V6. I don't know if you guys can hear that in the video, but it's definitely, I'm getting some cabin noise, I'm getting some tire noise already. I'm not even on the highway, and this road isn't a bad road. Aside from those potholes that I just ran over. You do got your paddle shifters up here, but don't really see the point in them. So one thing I do want to point out is the sensitivity on the gas pedal and the brakes. The brakes, the brake pedal itself feels a little tight. It's braking, definitely. It's braking as it should. It just, it's firm and stiff. I don't know if I like it or not. It's not bad, but I don't know if I like it or not. The gas is pretty sensitive. That's nowhere near full throttle, and it's doing all that. That's full throttle. But the brakes are like, they're nice and firm and stiff, but it's not like you have to press it really, really hard to get, to stop at this light right here. It's pretty normal. It just, I don't know. Steering wise, steering feels okay. I don't feel like I'm moving a large SUV. I don't feel the back end like moving with me, It feels pretty good. As I stated, the car itself, right? The car itself may not ride good, but the interior feels good. The interior feels pretty good. So like the armrest is comfortable. The steering wheel feels comfortable. The radio controls on the back of the steering wheel as usual. All of this is soft touch up here, and then the plastic is at the bottom as it should be, and it's nice and plush. It's fluffy. It feels nice. I can rest my elbow here and be okay. Or if the sun wasn't, beaming down on us, I can rest my arm up here and not get burned, I guess. Other than that, gear selector is metal. I still don't understand the fascination with this. I don't know who is it that's liking this or enjoying this. I don't know what's the deal with this, but okay. You put the circle here, and it's like, does it really free up more space, or what is it? Is it really giving us more space, or are you just doing stuff to try and be different? Who knows? Turning is nice and easy. Steering wheel is nice and soft. Visibility is great. It better be. It's an SUV. You do have the option to fold the third row seats down in the infotainment screen. Put it in sport mode. It doesn't really matter. It's going to be loud regardless. Nothing really changes it except that it's hanging on to the gear. They say the suspension is supposed to be more firm and more direct in sport mode, but I do not feel the difference at all. The engine doesn't really feel like it's ready to go either, honestly. Am I in sport mode? It's all the way down. We're in sport mode. It feels the same. Yeah, and then it's just hanging on to the gear. Not getting too much road noise. That's the good thing. It's not as bouncy as I expected it to be honest with you. I'm hearing things. I don't hear any extra rattles though. That's good. I don't hear any extra rattles from the interior itself, so that's a good thing. You are getting remote start on this limited, and obviously the hatch release on the key fob and your panic button, unlock and lock. You're getting all the basics, you know, nothing too spectacular. Hickory Twig, what a name. So this isn't really a, man, I really want to be in the driver's seat of this thing, you know? There's nothing too exciting about it. I think I'm not talking mess about it. I know there are better options than this that are cheaper. They might ride the same, but they may feel more comfortable for the passengers, you know? This isn't that the main reason you get one of these. It's because you have to deal with more passengers. If you want to sit up higher, you could get something with less seats in it, and it's cheaper. So we're gonna hit the highway. You're gonna get a little speed. Paddle shifters, nice and clicky. We're going 65. I can hear the engine over the tires. Well, I can hear both of them at the same time. As I try to maintain speed, I can hear both of them. Kind of interesting. So I see what the reviews are talking about, the engine noise, but it's also, you know, it's not bad. I'm thinking they're gonna say, oh man, it's really loud, it's unbearable. I can hear it over the music, or I can hear it over, like I'm having a phone call, I can hear the engine over that or something. I don't get all that, but I definitely hear it though. Just very surprising. Anyway, I want to drive one of those so bad. One of those BMWs. They look so nice. They look better in person than they do in pictures. Trust me. So, with that being said, oh, that's a late merge there, buddy. That being said, I think we're about done here. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in and listening to me yap. I think this is where I'm gonna end it, up here. Any comments you guys have, let me know. I will answer them. Critique me, please, because I need to do better. As you can tell by earlier, I was yapping a little bit, but we're gonna work on that. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'll see you next time.